So look, if you want to grow your wealth, your income, and increase the amount of time off, then these are the shortcuts that can help. Welcome to the Wealth Creation Podcast. It's Dan Latto speaking, hope you're well. So we've not done any podcasts for a while, so we thought, look, we need to do some. So the reason why we've not been doing them for a while, summer's just come, it's the 20th of June, it's really warm, I'm completely out of routine on everything. We just took a lot of time off, and you know, like one of those cars, I'm sure you've had a car like this if you've ever been poor, which I have, and hopefully I will never be poor again, but who the heck knows, frankly. As well as you plan, you just never know these things. But I used to have a car that once you turned the engine off, it just wouldn't start again. Do you know what I mean? And I'm actually quite like that. And I've been like that on a number of occasions. Weight loss, for example, you do really well. And then for some reason, you just stop, you get out of routine, and you just do not start again. And then it's the same on podcasts. I'm very extreme. I'm either, I'm all in and let's do this and let's work out 3 times a day. Or no, let's eat pizza and donuts and that's just breakfast. So I'm very much all in. And so obviously as you know, as humans, we have all these different personality types. And that's not to say that there's one personality type is better than the other in some way. You know, someone who's aggressive, maybe that's not like the ideal personality you want all the time, but being aggressive certainly, as Jordan Peterson would say, the less agreeable you are, the more you get what you want. And I would say I'm pretty disagreeable, actually. I have no problems in telling people where to go. I know what I want, and if it doesn't help me get there, I'm not interested. Do you know what I mean? So there's that type of personality definitely works. And then there's the other type of personality who helps everybody, who's really nice and who's really caring. And whilst that's got certain benefits as well, that's only going to get you so far in life as well. So you need this combination of different types of personality. But unfortunately, I'm a personality of extremes. And whilst that does get me certain results, it also reduces my ability to get results because I can't get started again. Anyway, so that's why we're not doing podcasts. And hopefully we're going to try and start getting some of these podcasts back out again. But in this podcast, I wanted to talk to you about Facebook retargeting. So this is just a new product that we've added onto our digital marketing portfolio. And I just want to explain how this stuff works. Because if you're running a business right now, these different types of marketing will work better depending on what type of business you have, depending on who your customers are. And so actually in another of the podcasts that we're going to do, we actually turned down a customer because his product wasn't really aligned for social media. I mean, there's certain reasons for that, which I'm not going to go into here. But you've got to understand, who's your customer? What is your product? Where are they hanging out? Where are they easy to get to? But one of the easiest ways of doing that is that if someone's been on your website for any reason at all, they just want to find out more about you, they've seen a product, they want to look at more information, they want to get some pricing. And so this is what happens. They jump on your website, okay? You've got less than 7 seconds, basically, because 83%, I think it's 93% of people bounce. No, it's about 85%, that's it. 85% of people will bounce in the first 7 seconds. You know your bounce rate that you may have seen on Google Analytics? That's actually what that's referring to. The higher the bounce rate, the worse it is. The lower the bounce rate, so if you've got a bounce rate of 50%, it means that people are staying on your website for more than just a few seconds. And that's what you want, right? So we call that a sticky website. But if we know for a fact that 85%, I mean, even on my website, you know, ours bounces around anyway, but I think the lowest we've ever had is like 73%. So that means 3/4 of people hitting our website disappear within 7 seconds. Now, let me tell you something else that I learned from Neil Patel. One of the reasons for this is because your website's really slow. Because if it takes 4 or 5 seconds for your website to load up, people aren't staying there. They're gone, right? Because people, you know, attention spans are so low. So your website's got to load up really fast, okay? But if it doesn't, people are going to bounce off and not even going to see it. So the first bit is that people bounce off your website. 85% of people disappear on the first 7 seconds. That's one stat I want you to understand. The second stat is that 75% of people will never, ever, ever come back to your website. Well, how are they going to buy from you? Like, I know things have changed now because we've got social media, and actually you can sell, you can become a millionaire without a website, by the way. You just need a good social media presence, and you've got to be there and be everywhere present, make sure people see you. So you can still do that. But if 75% of people are never, ever coming back to your website, you're really ruining the probability of you being able to sell a lot more money, sell a lot more product and make a lot more money. So you've got, what did we say? I think 85% of people disappear in the first 7 seconds, and 75% will never, ever come back. So think about this. Like, you've got this like 15% of people who are now on your website, okay? And only 25% of those, so if you're getting 100 people a day, 15 people are on your website for that day, okay? And out of that, 25% of the only ones who'll come back, okay? So 25% of 15 is about 3. 3 people out of 100 will only ever return to your website. Like, I don't know what your website stats are because lots of people listen to this, but it's different for whoever. But if they're the stats, these are the things that you need to start working on. So you want to start working on bounce rate. You want to start working on making your website more sticky. You want to start working on getting people back to your website. So this is where Facebook retargeting comes in. So the way it should work, and there's 2 ways of running Facebook ads, okay? The first one is like mass market. I'm going to target a particular person, let's say women aged between 30 and 40 who like Love Island, right? I'm selling oil of Olay. Is that what it's called? Oil of Olay. What's it called? Whatever it's called. I'm selling face cream, and that's my target. Women between 35 and 45. That's my target audience. Okay, fine. Now that's a very clearly defined audience, and I'm going to send it out mass market. They don't have to live in Leeds. They don't have to live in London. It can be anywhere. But you want to get really niche targeting on that. That's the first way. You just send it out. And the traffic that you're going to get from that is what we call cold traffic. But I don't know who you are. So if you're trying to sell this face cream on the first go, you're likely to fail because it's cold traffic. But if you've got an offer, which is like get a free sample of this face cream, just fill in this form, send us your email address, and we'll ship it free of charge. Perfect. Now you've warmed them up. Then you've sent them the face cream. And now, because we're filling in the details on your website, now you can retarget them. So it sends out the face cream the next day, and then you start retargeting people for this face cream at 30 quid a tub. Now you're selling to warmed traffic. Do you see the difference between the two? So the first one is selling stuff to cold traffic. The second way of doing it is to retarget people who've already landed on your website and sell them something, like an offer, make an offer of some kind, okay? These are better, higher converting traffic sources because they've already been on your website. They're already potentially pre-qualified. They already know who you are. They've already built up some trust and they think you're honest and they know who you are and that kind of thing, right? They might gel with your personality. So they're much more likely to actually buy something because they've already been on your website. So a lot of businesses get this wrong, you see. They just start running Facebook ads. And I see Facebook ads and like gun cleaning fluid. Like, what the heck do I need gun cleaning fluid? We're not allowed guns in this country. Do you know what I mean? You know, people have guns in this country with the police in Spain and robbers in England, right? Thugs. Well, I don't think I come. Maybe I do. Maybe I come under thug. Maybe that's why I'm targeted. I don't think that's an option in Facebook ads. Thug, nice person. Yeah, I don't think that works. So I've seen this, and people just were like, I just click on that stuff just to let them waste money. But it's crazy. Why are you doing it? Why are you not targeting people properly? But you want to be driving people back to your website. That's the whole point, right? What if you were on MySpace 10 years ago and you're driving everybody to MySpace and when MySpace goes wrong, right? It shuts down, no one's using it anymore. You spent all that time and effort building up a MySpace account and now it doesn't really exist. And what was the other one with 7 seconds? And it was like little videos, 7-second videos. I can't remember. Vine. Do you remember Vine? I think it was Vine. So what if you're building up all this presence and all these contacts on these separate social media platforms? Facebook at some point is going to go. Might be in 2 years, might be in 10 years, might be in 30 years, but at some point Facebook will disappear and you end up with 1 million followers on there, and it gets shut down by the US government because it's a monopoly and we don't like how it works and we don't like robot Zuckerberg, whatever, right? It gets shut down. So you want to be driving people back to your website because you own the website. It's yours. You've got the domain name. Like, might your website get shut down? Might the hosting company get shut down? Maybe, but you can recover from that because you just move hosting companies. So you want to be driving people back. You still want email addresses. Even today, you want email addresses. And I'm like, oh, shall we just cancel our email thing? And actually, no, we want it. Because with an email address, what we can do is we can get all our email addresses, upload them to Facebook, and create what we call a lookalike audience. And with a lookalike audience, Facebook looks at all these email addresses because they're the same email addresses that people used to log into Facebook, and they'll go, oh, look, all these people are interested in property, or they're interested in personal development, or they're interested in digital marketing. Great. Let's start sending traffic to these type of people because they're using my audience as a lookalike audience. So you've got to start, like a lot of people go in and spend a load of money, spend $2,000 on Facebook, and they end up with nothing, no returns. And it's like, no, just go slow. Start off putting out social media, drive people back to your website, and spend the money on retargeting. That's like step one. Step two, once you've made some money off that, is to then start targeting cold traffic to an offer that's appropriate for cold traffic, right? So that's the order and nature of things. And if you're just blowing money on Facebook ads right now and it's not working for you, then that potentially is why. A lot of people do this thinking they're saving money because they're not having to use an external company to manage the Facebook ad. And they literally have no idea how to run a Facebook ad. They think it's just pushing some buttons and then, oh, I've pushed the buttons, now I've got an advert, brilliant, I'll just sit back and watch the money come in. If only it was like that. It's not like that. There's a whole bunch of psychology behind it. Who's your target audience? Why? What's the product that you're going to send out? Is it an introductory offer because it's a cold traffic? Is it retargeting traffic to people who've already been on the website? Is it retargeting traffic for people who've already been on a specific web page? So let's say that you're selling oil of Ulay cream and you sell socks, right? Like, there's no point in putting out Facebook ads for socks for people who've been on the oil of Ulay page. It's just not going to work. What you want is someone who's landed on the socks page gets presented with socks, and someone who's landed on the oil of Ulay page, should have used a different product. They get targeted with a specific advert for that. And two separate audiences, vastly separate audiences. Even though they're on the same website, you can use Facebook retargeting to target people. So that's what you want to be doing. If you want to have a chat with me about this, then by all means, you can do. Just come and say hello, and we'll walk you through it. It is something that we offer now. We just added it onto our digital marketing mix, which is really cool. And if you want to just drop a line, just let me know. Right, that will do us for today. Hope you enjoyed that one. And if you've got any questions, just let me know. Other than that, we will speak to you in the next podcast, which may well be tomorrow. It may well not be tomorrow. Who the hell knows? Let's try and get back into some sort of routine. All right, my name's Dan Latto. Take care. Hey, it's Dan here. Thank you for listening. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Please click like or subscribe to the entire podcast.